The National Trust is famous worldwide for its stunning properties, but its gardens and its landscapes are equally spectacular. I'm Jane Moore, and in this new series with the National Trust's official partner STIHL, I'll be going behind the scenes to see just what it takes to maintain and manage these amazing places. Today I'm here at Penrhyn Castle in North Wales, where we'll be looking at an incredible bog garden, a really formal walled garden, and we'll be finding out how to manage spring grass cutting, as well as taking in some of these incredible views. But first, let's go and meet Gethin, the head gardener. Bore da, Gethin.
Good morning, Jane. Croeso I Penrhyn. Welcome to Penrhyn Castle.
Thank you. It's absolutely lovely to be here. What a gorgeous spot and a gorgeous day too.
Yeah, it's the best place to be on a spring day like today, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how the garden came to be.
Well, it was a one-man mission really. He's a chap called Walter Speed. He was head gardener here for 58 years, which is quite remarkable in itself.
That is remarkable.
But he also trained a lot of the future head gardeners that went on to work in these historic gardens. And a lot of gardeners, you know, he had 30 gardeners at his disposal at
That's
one
a heck
time.
of a team. That's probably an awful lot more than you've got now, I suspect.
It is, yeah. We've got 6 in the team and about 20 volunteers, so
Right.
We managed to get through the work somehow.
And there's some beautiful features here, isn't there, including this wonderful fuchsia arch, which I don't think I've ever seen anything like it
Oh, really?
before.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of our best features, main features here in the wall garden. It's quite a labour-intensive feature. You know, we look after it in winter, we wrap it to protect the younger shoots. And then throughout summer, as it's growing, we take shoots that we don't want back.
Right.
We take cuttings and we create this arch, which is a hive of activity by bees over summer.
Absolutely, because of course it keeps it really tight, you pruning it regularly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But also keeps the flowers coming, I should think.
It does, yeah, and this will be in flower until the first proper frost that we get here.
So that's a very, very long season.
Yeah, we're looking at end of the year really for here because it's got its own little microclimate in this wall garden.
Wow, as wall gardens often tend to have, don't they?
And the fuchsia Rickettonia is very hardy, so it's frost tolerant, so it could grow anywhere.
Absolutely, but it's so pretty with these little dancing bells hanging down. It's lovely. I mean, it's just starting to come into its moment,
now,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Another few weeks, months, and it'll be singing and dancing.
Absolutely. But one of the things that is really going strong already is the beautiful bog garden, which I just think is marvellous. I'd love to go and take a bit of a closer look.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at the gunnery.
Wow, I just love this bog garden.
Yeah, it's a riot of green, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And monstrous plants.
Huge plants. Those gunneras are amazing, even at this early stage in the season.
Yeah, definitely. In a month, 6 weeks, they'll be almost at their peak.
Oh yeah, they'll be up over your head,
They
won't
will
they?
be, and especially imagine as a child sitting underneath that. It's almost Jurassic, almost, isn't it?
That's how I think of them, like prehistoric plants. But of course, they do take up a lot of space, don't they?
They do
not
indeed.
For your domestic garden,
No,
are they
not at all.
really?
But there are plants like this one here.
Yeah,
Regerzia. Yeah, very similar leaf structure.
A bit like a horse chestnut, but big and leafy and strong, isn't it?
That would work in any garden, I would imagine.
I have it in my tiny little garden at home, actually, because I like it so much. And a really good sort of shade plant as well, isn't it? Or dappled shade. But I think that one of the great things about bog gardens is the versatility of plants that you can actually grow in it, because there are a lot of things that like having their feet wet, aren't there?
Yeah, and we can have big plants, like big trees, swamp cypress here in the background, and smaller plants as well.
Like these candelabra primulas, which I just adore.
Yeah, we planted one clump of it many years ago and it's kind of just self-seeded.
It's just spreading itself around.
We've intervened, we've dug up a few plants and moved them. And
strategically.
Yeah, of course, everything's strategically placed.
Yeah, and I love them popping out of the grass with the ferns as well. They just look gorgeous.
Yeah, they kind of like it there. But going forward a few years maybe, we have plans to create a wetland meadow here.
Oh, that would be lovely. That really would be sort of next level, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and hopefully mowing some paths in there.
So how will you set about doing that?
We'll keep the grass down over the summer months, trimming it quite hard.
Reduce its figure,
And then in the autumn, trim it really hard, creating that almost tilth, if you like, and then just broadcasting the seed on top.
Right, and then you should get germination sort of through the winter and into the spring, shouldn't you?
Yeah, that's the aim. Let's see if it happens.
So it could look quite different at this time next year, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's the ambition, if the weather plays its part.
So, where are we going to go next? From the wild to the formal?
Yes, we'll go and meet Annie up on top terrace.
Brilliant, let's go. Here I am at the walled garden, and what a glorious space it is. And here's Annie, who looks after it. Bore da, Annie.
Bore da, good morning and welcome to the walled garden at Penrhyn.
It's wonderful to be here. Now, this is very much your patch, isn't it?
It
so
is.
Tell me about it. Tell me how it came about. What was its origins?
It was a productive garden 200 years ago, and then as fashions changed, it became more of a pleasure ground for the ladies of the castle. So it became more formalised. The lawns were put in, the parterres that were put in.
These beautiful ponds.
And the lovely ponds, which we're very proud of.
They are alive with wildlife, aren't they?
It's incredible.
And tadpoles and all sorts of things going on.
Considering it's a formal layout, the amount of wildlife that it attracts and that it supports is unbelievable.
Amazing. Like the plants, they're enjoying the sort of sheltered atmosphere that the walled garden offers.
Well, it can sometimes be, I mean, you can feel the difference as you come through the gate. It can sometimes be between 3 and 6 degrees warmer through here. Even in the winter, you can feel the change.
Yeah, that's really noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly here in North Wales, because it's not exactly known for its balmy climate up here,
Not as a general rule, no. It's not the Costa del Sol as a general rule.
No.
But yeah, which enables us to support a lot of more tender climbers, more tender plants.
Some really unusual climbers that you've got clothing these walls.
Yeah, the Mutissia. And it just lends itself to being able to grow a wider palette of plants than we would normally do, which is building on the legacy of Walter Speed, who was an outstanding Victorian horticulturalist and helped to develop this area, and then the less formal, more romantic areas of the shrub areas as you descend down into the steps.
Magnificent wisterias enjoying the sunshine as well.
We're very proud of it, and the bees are loving it.
So, I mean, Walter Speed really was quite a visionary, wasn't it? Because I love the sort of juxtaposition of these sort of wilder areas and then this very, very formal garden.
Yeah, incredibly formal. I mean, it's got the arts and crafts areas. It's the parterre that's in here. Obviously, as with a lot of gardeners, we're having to think a little bit more about what we plant and what the planting plans are. And going forward into the next 20, 30, 50 years, the garden might be changing too.
Yes, absolutely. And particularly things like this wall garden, because where the temperatures are raising, this will get even hotter, won't it?
Yeah, but you know, there's opportunities as well. So a lot of things that I was always taught were too tender, for certainly up here, were things that we can now actually
give them a try.
We can actually think about putting them in.
Which is actually quite exciting for us gardeners, isn't it?
I mean, there's, you know, yes, there may be some changes, but it's all going to be an opportunity. Yeah,
I think that's how we gardeners think. We tend to be rather optimistic sorts, don't we? And try and find a good silver lining. And and actually, I mean, a walled garden just gives you such an opportunity to have a play with things, doesn't it, as well?
It is amazing that we've been gifted this, you know, from the sort of the work of sort of 300 years worth of gardeners just being in the space and thinking about it and developing it. I like the juxtaposition between some of the less formal planting style and the very straight and formal structure that's guided by the parterre and by the lawns.
Yes, because this is about the most formal lawn I've seen.
It is the most formal lawn, yes.
Yeah, and beautifully mown and very well striped, if you don't mind me saying.
So yeah, it is one of the bits we're very proud of. And obviously we try and garden in a variety of different ways depending on where we are on the estate. So that this is obviously the most formal area which we're keen to keep quite controlled would be a good way of putting it. And then obviously as you go towards the rhododendron walk or you go out and towards more of the meadow areas, then it becomes a looser and a more sort of less
and a
formal style.
completely different management regime as well, including, I believe, some of Gethin's rather interesting mowing experiments.
Yeah, checkerboards.
Yeah,
yes.
I am really looking forward to seeing that. So point me in the direction.
Well, in that case, then you would want to take that doorway through there, just by the gardener's bothy.
Thank you so much, Annie. It's been wonderful. I really love this checkerboard pattern that you've created here, Gethin.
Yeah, it was just a brainwave I had one evening and decided we'll just go for it, a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Something different for me as well, rather than just pushing a mower up and down.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just one man and a mower. And then how did you get the shapes? Did you measure it all out? Or?
I didn't measure it. I just went with the contours of the land and just went with it.
And then with the longer parts, you're not letting them just grow, are you?
No. So every 2-3 weeks maybe, I'll just top it. So put the mower at the highest setting and then just top it. Just to keep that uniformity.
Just to keep that, because it's really got quite a sort of textural quality, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's
almost you can sit on these cushions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whilst the children are running around. It's like a maze. So, yeah, a bit of fun.
Do you get a lot of comments on it?
The usual comments are getting you've missed a bit. But yeah, now that it's taking shape, I'm getting positive.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of mowing to do here.
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. Yeah, there's a fair bit here.
And all different sorts of kinds as well.
Yeah, so there's elements where we cut every week around the weather. There's areas where we leave for meadows, but we do cut paths through those swaying paths to entice people. They're usually cut once a week.
I mean, the meadows are lovely, and I gather they're not that old.
Some areas of it, about 6 years.
Yes, not long, is it,
So
really?
it's simply just by not cutting it, and cutting at the right time of the year. So September is a good time for us, clearing the crop, and then where we can, moving green hay around, spreading the seeds of the yellow rattle.
All those species you want to proliferate. Yeah. Well, look, thank you so much for having us here today. It's been a delight. And I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing what the lawn art is like next time.
Please do.
Thanks, Gethin.
Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed this visit to Penrhyn Castle Gardens as much as I have. It's been a fabulous day. To see more of these fantastic gardens of the National Trust, please subscribe to the STIHL GB YouTube channel. See you next time.